From the Library of Congress in Washington, D.C.
I want to welcome you all here today for the latest concert in our Homegrown Concert Series, and also want to welcome you here to the beautiful and historic Coolidge Auditorium. Has a little background about the Homegrown Concert Series. It's an opportunity for the American Folklife Center to present the very best in traditional music and dance from around the country. And in putting on this series, we work with state folk arts coordinators and folklore specialists from around the country to identify the best artists and the most significant and representative traditions to bring here and share with all of you in Washington, D.C. It's also an opportunity for us to record these traditions, and this concert today will be in our archive and will also be eventually webcast and put up on our website in the months to come. So as one little, I guess, reminder, if you have a cell phone on right now, please turn it off or you will be in our archive. I also want to say that when we put on these concerts, besides working with state folk arts coordinators, we work with a range of people to try and make these programs happen. And today's concert is no different. We are sponsoring this in conjunction with the Kennedy Center Millennium Stage, and I believe these artists will be performing there later today. So. Today we're going to hear some great traditional acoustic blues featuring some folks from around the Maryland, D.C., Virginia area. And I have a feeling you probably know who some of these folks are. Phil Wiggins, Junious Brickhouse, Rick Franklin, and Marcus Moore. And we're also going to have a little, some dance as well. So to tell you a little bit more about these folks and about the music you're going to hear, I want to introduce Cliff Murphy, who is the folklorist with Maryland Traditions, who will give you a little background. So welcome everyone, and welcome Cliff.
Hey there everybody. Is everyone excited? I hope, yes? Okay, there's going to be some great music today. My name's Cliff Murphy. I'm the director of Maryland Traditions, which is the state folklife program in Maryland. And it's been my good fortune to get to work with Phil Wiggins over the last 5 or 6 years. Phil, and actually several of the other members of the band. And for those of you who don't know, I suspect many of you do because you're here, but DC has a very rich and storied acoustic and country blues music tradition, and Phil is an important part of that. Born and raised in D.C., and up in Maryland, we've been lucky to welcome Phil into Maryland over the years. He lives in Tacoma Park, and one of the ways that I've had the fortune of working with Phil has been through an apprenticeship program that the state of Maryland has for traditional artists, teaching taking traditional knowledge, skills like playing the harmonica, and passing them on to an apprentice over the course of the year. So making sure that these rich traditions that make all of our lives wonderful get passed on to the next generation. And Phil has done that with a couple of people, most recently with Junious Brickhouse, who will be dancing today. And Junious is a really gifted dancer who comes out of club and urban dance traditions, and so I think that one of the things that we're seeing here is the beginning of Phil and Junious working together to reconnect contemporary African American dance with these country dance origins. Phil grew up playing at house parties both here in DC and in rural Virginia. Working with John Cephas. I don't know if there are any Cephas and Wiggins fans here. And Phil had played with John Cephas for, I believe, over 30 years. He'd also played with a number of other D.C. musicians, Archie Edwards, Flora Moulton, Mother Scott, and others. And so Phil really represents this incredible treasure trove of information and of stories, and I think that I'm going to cut this short so that we can all see him and hear Phil, but it's always a treat when you get to meet a talented artist, and it's not every day that the person's I don't know, their personality and their generosity of spirit matches that talent, you know. And Phil is someone who's just incredibly gifted and also just one of the kindest and most generous people that I've gotten to work with. So it's my pleasure to introduce to you Phil Wiggins. And Phil's going to be coming out solo, so just put your hands together for Mr. Phil Wiggins.
Good afternoon, you all. All right. Welcome. It's great to see so many people here. So Cliff mentioned that I was born in Washington, D.C., and that's true. So I'd like to do a piece, like my family, you know, I was born and raised in Washington and then now live in Maryland, and my family is originally from Birmingham, Alabama, well, Titusville, Alabama, right outside of Birmingham. And so in a way, you could say I'm a first-generation Washingtonian from that great migration of African Americans from the Deep South. And a lot of times when I'm talking about like what brought me here and brought me to this music, I remember my grandmother's church that I used to walk her. My grandmother liked to go to the prayer meetings that happened on Wednesday night at her church, which was less than a block from her house, and she didn't like to walk by herself, so she'd always get one of us to walk with her. And my brothers got kind of hip to that, and they had a way of making themselves scarce when it was time to go. So I wound up walking her there, and I wound up hanging outside the church listening to the prayer meeting, and then walking her back home. And so I made up a little piece of music to help keep that memory sharp for me. So, and that's what I'm going to play for you right now. All right, thank you so much. Now, it's my pleasure to call out three really great friends of mine and great musicians that I'm very fortunate to share the stage with. I'd like to bring up my good friend Marcus Moore, Rick Franklin, and Junious Brickhouse. Very excited to be here, and very excited about today because this is the beginning of a journey that I know is going to take me and hopefully them all to some amazing places. And it's the beginning for me of fulfilling a desire I've had for a long time of reconnecting dance with this dance music, which, you know, we've traveled, we've traveled all over the world, John and I, and very rarely, if ever, aside from playing in John's living room or someone else's living room down in Bowling Green, Virginia, have we played for people dancing. And so one of my great desires is to reconnect, you know, the house party part of Piedmont blues and the dancing part of Piedmont blues with the music. So, and this is the beginning of it. You all set?
Yeah, I think I'm strapped in.
Good. Need a seatbelt, man. Thank you. So that's Junious Brickhouse. Junious Brickhouse. All right. So, that's Rick. You probably already know. Rick Franklin. And this is Marcus Moore. So lately, I got reached out to by these people that are organizing this maritime music festival. Actually did it once. And it was a process of faking my way through most of the hour so that I could get to the one maritime song that I knew. And then I faked my way too good and I never got a chance to play that song, which is a song by John Hurt, Mississippi John Hurt, who's probably one of the most well-known guitar players from Mississippi, also one of the most well-known Piedmont style guitar players. So go figure. It's called Let the Mermaids Flirt With Me. Blues all on the ocean, blues all in the air. I can't stay here no longer, I have no steamship fare. When my earthly trials are over, I cast my body out in the sea. Save all the undertaker's bills and let the mermaids flirt with me. I do not work for pleasure, earthly peace I'll see no more. The only reason I work at all is drive the wolf from my door. When my earthly trials are over, I cast my body out in the sea. Save all the undertaker's bills and let the mermaids flirt with me. My wife controls our happy home, a sweetheart I cannot find. The only thing that I can call my own is a worried and a weary mind. When my earthly trials are over, cast my body out in the sea. Save all the undertaker's bills and let the mermaids flirt with me. I can't sing that verse without laughing. Sweetheart has forsaken me. If I ever see her face again, I'll have to swim across the sea. When my earthly trials are over, I'll cast my body out in the sea. Save all the undertaker's bills and let the mermaids flirt with me. Blues all on the ocean, blues all in the air. I can't stay here no longer, I have no steamship fare. When my earthly trials are over, I cast my body out in the sea. Save all the undertaker's bills and let the mermaids flirt with me. Save all the undertaker's bills and let the mermaids flirt with me. We're going to do stop and listen. You want to speak something for us? You want to say something before we do stop and listen? Just talk a little bit.
Sure.
Yeah. Grab Rick's mic.
That's all right. So a little bit of what I'm doing today is basically about what Phil touched on a little bit earlier. we kind of see a lot of the things when we look at it from a traditionalist lens. Like there are certain dance forms that are supposed to be done to certain types of music. But in social environments, African Americans have always responded to music in ways that seemed notable to them, things that they felt. And not just African Americans, but people in general respond to music in ways that they understand. And sometimes that movement and that history is embodied, not just in the movement, but also in the music. So today what I'm doing is a mix of a lot of different styles, from flat footing to buck dancing to some waving stuff, some tap-oriented things. But what I'm doing is just having an experience with wonderful music and friends.
All right. Oh, okay. And we're going to do, okay. Apologize for the shrillness of this harmonica. We're going to do one, so we have Marcus and I play in a group called the Chesapeake Sheiks, and we stole that name, or at least I stole that name from a group of a black string band from Mississippi called the Mississippi Sheiks, and this is one of their songs that we're going to do right now. as I can feel your condition, darling, but I sure can't take your place. Everybody, let's go.
Hey, Rick, can you play me a D? A D?
Dog.
D and dog.
Dog. Thank you very much. All right. Junious. Working out.
Yeah, for sure. Cool, you're good.
All right. All right. I'm going to do a little bit of a song that I made up, which means stole. It used to have lyrics and we turned it into a dance song. It's called Anacostia Two-Step. right, thank you. I'm going to ask Rick Franklin to sing one for us right now.
Which one we got?
Raiden Squad.
Oh, okay.
One of my favorite new songs I learned from when I first started seriously collaborating with Rick. We've known each other for a long time. We, what, like
30-some years, yeah, easily.
We both were having daughters at the same time. I was telling somebody the other day how different it is having daughters as to having sons. Like when you take little girls to your friend's house to visit, it's amazing how quick they show up in different clothes than they arrived in. For some reason, boys don't do that. But.
All right, here we go. Couldn't walk down the street, 'cause the police looking at me from my head to my feet. But oh, these reds is killing me. I don't want nobody, baby, from down in Tennessee. Play for me, Phil. When the raids began, the people began to squall. Sergeant said there ain't no use in squalling. The captain said bring your wall. Yes, when I had money, my friends all ganged around. When I had money, my friends all ganged around. Since these Red Squad blues, my friends have all put me down. Take it on home, fellas.
Rick Franklin. I'm going to go back to another John Hurt song for you. He's one of my favorite singer-songwriters. Distinguished in the fact that he can sing and he can play guitar really well. Nothing against other singer-songwriters that I know and love. We were getting along just fine, weren't we? Laid him 6 feet under the clay, and the angels laid him away. I'm gonna do it again. The angels laid him away. They laid him 6 feet under the clay, and the angels laid him away. Well, Miss Collins wept, Miss Collins moaned to see her son Louis leaving home, and the angels laid him away. Come on. The angels laid him away. They laid him 6 feet under the clay, and the angels laid him away. I said, oh, kind folk, ain't it hard to see poor Louis in a new graveyard, and the angels laid him away. The angels laid him away. They laid him 6 feet under the clay, and the angels laid him away. So this is what happened. Well, Louis shot one, Bob shot two. Bob shot Collins. He shot him through, and then the angels laid him away. The angels laid him away. They laid him 6 feet under the clay, and the angels laid him away. Nice, man. Play it one time for us. All right, let's all play together. When they heard poor Louis was dead, all his kinfolk they dressed in red, and the angels laid him away. So everybody, the angels laid him away. They laid him 6 feet under the clay, and the angels laid him away. One more time. The angels laid him away. They laid him 6 feet under the clay, and the angels laid him away. And the angels laid him away. Thank you. So we're gonna try this, do you call that a buddy? What do you think?
It's up to you.
Okay, this is a song, I guess the most popular version of it is done by another group that the Sheiks have stolen a lot from. Martin Bogan and Armstrong, and it's called "Do You Call That a Buddy?" Of course, this is the lyrics. I have to blame the lyrics for this on the Chesapeake Sheiks, it should give you like a little bit of a window into, you know, the kind of folks that I've partnered with. You ready? I told them. I said I need like some unusual ways to murder somebody, and boy, I was not expecting what. Right? Oh. I took him to my house, I sat him down at my table. I fed him all the food I was able. He ate my chicken and he drank up all my tea. Now he's trying to steal my true love from me. Do you call that a buddy? No, no. Could that be my buddy? No, no. I believe I'll decapitate my buddy. Yes, yes. He's just a dirty cat. Well, he smiles in my face, but he's not my friend. That's just his jive to drink up all my gin. When he gets good and high on the Zoom, he tells my darling to meet him at the Dirty Spoon. Do you call that a buddy? No, no. Could that possibly be my buddy? No, no. I believe I'll defenestrate my buddy. Yes, yes. Just a dirty cat. Well, I found a red flannel sack. It was hidden under my trunk. I looked inside it. Man, I found a gang of junk. There was roots, bones, and bottles, and a little brass key. I believe to my soul he's trying to do me. Do you call that a buddy? No, no. What could that be, my buddy? No, no. I believe I'll exsanguinate my buddy. Yes, yes. He's just a dirty cat. Play it one time, Marcus. When I had 15 cents, I would loan him a dime because I thought he was a friend of mine. Now if I had 100 donuts, bless his soul, wouldn't even give him one donut hole. Do you call that a buddy? No, no. Could that be my buddy?
No, no, I believe I'll eviscerate my buddy. Yes, yes, he's just a dirty cat. Play the chorus. Thank you so much. Usually I tell people that if they want to know what those words mean, then they can meet me at the end of the bar, and we'll have a martini together, and I'll explain everything. But we can't do that here. So don't ask. No. So we're going to do one now that I made up, and leave it up to Junious whether he wants to dance on this one or not. But it's one that John and I used to have fun singing. Roberta. Roberta, where are you? Can't you hear me call? Well, I'm 1,000 miles away from home with my back against the wall. Well, I reached for you in the dark last night. My eyes were open wide. I couldn't see you, girl, I couldn't feel you. You know, I broke right down and cried. I cried, Roberta, where are you? Can't you hear me call? Well, I'm 1,000 miles away from home with my back against the wall. Well, I searched these streets for a friendly face. I stopped in every juke joint in town. Well, it's a low-down shame and a dirty disgrace, the way you've been turning me down. And I'm crying, Roberta, where are you? Can't you hear me call? Well, I'm 1,000 miles away from home with my back against the wall. Well, last night I dreamed I heard you calling my name. Your voice was music to my ear. Well, I woke up this morning in a dirty flea bag hotel room, drowning in my tears. And I'm crying, Roberta, where are you? Can't you hear me call? Well, I'm 1,000 miles away from home with my back against the wall. Let me call one down. guess I'll make it back home again. Meanwhile, each and every night I pray for an angel of mercy to save a sinking man. And I'm crying, Roberta, where are you? Can't you hear me call? Well, I'm 1,000 miles away from home with my back against the wall. Well, with my back against the wall. Let's take it home. With my back against the wall. Let's bring your bridges. All right. I want to call Junious back out. We got time for about one more. So, all right. So we're going to finish up. I'd like to thank you all for coming. What a wonderful audience and what a beautiful day. And it's just great that you all came out. And I think our journey is off to a good start, as far as I can tell. What do you say? Yes, sir. All right. 1, 2, 1, 2. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Phil Wiggins, Junious Brickhouse, Marcus Moore, and Rick Franklin.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. And thanks to all my good friends for joining me. Thank you. All right.
Thank you all so much for coming today. Please join us in 2 weeks. We'll have on August 19th, Carlos Nunez will be here playing pipes and bagpipe and other pipes from Galicia with his band. And on the 20th, we'll have the Quaby Sisters Band, which is a Texas fiddling band, 5 women. They're fabulous, so please come back and join us, and thanks again for coming today. Thank you. Phil Wiggins and Friends.
This has been a presentation of the Library of Congress. Visit us at loc.gov.